Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Love Messages. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So tonight I have a love message from your person. I will be pulling from this deck here just to see how your person is currently feeling, how they are currently viewing you and or your connection, as well as any other important messages that they may have for you at this time, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Happy full moon in Aries. At the time I'm recording this video, it's the full moon in Aries, which is very, very powerful energy. This is a really, really potent time to set your intentions around what it is that you want to release around your identity. It's almost as if your guides are kind of guiding you to go to the source, to go to the core of that, and to really, really release anything that does not resonate with your energy signature. This full moon is highly focused on first house energy, which is all about you, yourself, how you present yourself to the world, you know, how it is that you represent yourself in love and relationships and business, just in every single area of your life. So for a lot of you, you may feel like you're being reintroduced to a higher version of yourself. A lot of you may be stepping into this time where you're getting closure from certain timelines that really don't resonate with where your creator is trying to take you. So this is a very, very powerful time. You may feel really, really intense emotions, and if you do, this is a perfect time for you to purge your emotions, for you to let go of anything heavy that you've been feeling, any anger, any discontentment, any strife, any grudges, anything heavy that you just really don't feel like you want to hold on to anymore. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the first message here. Wow. So the first message that we have is, I went too far this time. Wow. And I'm getting this masculine's energy coming through with this. There's a lot of heavy energy. There's this energy of impulsivity. I'm also getting very clearly uncharted territory. And I'm really being drawn to this person's ego. Your masculine's ego has led them to some type of uncharted territory when it comes to you, divine feminine. And they've been led to this place by their soul. It's almost as if their soul will not let them rest until they figure out something about you. And in this attempt to really find or really search out something about you, they ventured into something that they feel like they can't control anymore. But what's so interesting about this energy is they feel like they can't stop. Almost like there's something pulling them, or something that's really guiding their attention to certain information about you. But this is different. So this could be a divine masculine that is very, very 3D, okay? They focus on the external world. They focus on the physical world. This is where they get most of their evidence. This is where, they find most of their signs and their synchronicities. But something about this feels very, very different. So they could be tapping into spiritual information. They could be tapping into higher information, but it almost has them nervous because on one hand, your person feels like whatever they're diving into, whatever they're getting into is way out of their reach. It kind of goes beyond something that they can understand or something that they're used to. But then on the other hand, there's like this drive, there's like this hunger or this energy of impulsivity where your person cannot stop themselves, okay? So if you feel your masculine's energy at this time, if you feel them in your energy field, for a lot of you, you may feel a lot of interruptions at this time. I just got that really, really clearly as it pertains to your day-to-day, or even when you're trying to go to sleep. It's almost like you can feel a person in your energy field, in your auric field. It is this masculine, okay? And whatever it is that they're searching for, it has them a little bit nervous, but it's almost as if their soul will not allow them to stop. There's even a little bit of ego in there as well, okay? So they could be trying to prove something to themselves about you. Something about this energy just feels really, really driven by something that your person cannot really understand. And it's taking them into, it feels like another dimension. So this is someone who is highly focused on three-dimensional information, three-dimensional facts, and they're being taken into a territory where the information that they're being given is completely different. So they may even have a hard time understanding what it is that they're falling upon. And it feels like your person has found themselves here before when it comes to you, Divine Feminine. So they may be just really curious about you in general. There could be something about you that makes them feel like they have to look into you or they have to study you. But their curiosity has really taken them to a place where they're stopping themselves like, okay, I'm going too far. I went way too far. But their ego and this impulsiveness is driving them there. Okay? Let's get the next message here. Wow. The next message that we have is, you had me completely fooled. And I keep picking up on this heavy ego energy, okay? So when it comes to this masculine, this is a person who may not be able to put this into words, but they have a very, very deep understanding about the energies of masculine and feminine coming together. This is someone who understands that every single connection has a spirit or an underlying energy attached to it. And this is someone that's coming to the realization by way of this information that they've been led to or that they're seeking out, that the perceived underlying energy of your connection is completely wrong, okay? They also feel like they didn't really do their due diligence before getting into this connection with you. And you will know if this applies to you based upon how your person showed up. So if you pay attention to this person, Divine Feminine, you may notice that they are very, very calculated when it comes to relationships or when it just comes to feminine energy, because they understand on a deeper level that they're not going into every situation on a level playing field. This is a masculine who is really, really emotionally intelligent. So much so that they really pay attention to the feminine energy that they're pursuing or that they're in connection with, so that they can understand where the connection is going to be, where the energy is going to lie. Because I keep getting something about the underlying energy of the connection or just the spirit of both of you coming together. Meaning your spirit and your soul as a being, their spirit and their soul as a being, and coming together, you create this flow. Both of your energies coming together creates the energy or the spirit of your connection. And your person went into your connection wanting to have a certain level of control, really gauging your energy, how you carried yourself, you know, what they thought was your personality or just your overall ways of being. And they determined very early on how they were going to treat you based upon this. And I'm getting that this is something that your person does in every single connection. And they base it off of how the feminine energy interacts with them, how they carry themselves. They really use this as a measuring stick to determine how they are going to show up in the connection, okay? So whatever it is that your person gauged from you in the beginning, they're realizing that they were completely wrong. They may even feel like you outsmarted them a bit. So maybe you have a similar process to this masculine where you conceal certain elements of your being or of your nature until you realize who you're dealing with, okay? But this is what's really driving your person. I feel like this is also why their ego is so heavily involved, because your person feels as if they were outsmarted in some kind of way, or as if they're coming into some information about you now that they should have known from the first beginning. This is a really, really interesting dynamic that I'm tapping into. It almost feels like there's something that's happening in the 3D that is really, really affecting this masculine, and it's really taking them to a different place. in order to get different levels of information, or in order to tap into something that would make everything make sense. But if you're wondering how your person is currently feeling about you, they definitely feel like they misjudged you. They feel as if they read your energy completely wrong. And because of that, the underlying energy of your connection, or the spirit of your connection, is completely wrong or out of alignment, or there's something there that just does not feel right to this person. Okay? Let's get the next message here. So the next message that we have is all roads lead back to you. So Divine Feminine, if you're wondering why your person's soul is being called to look into you, this is why. The universe keeps aligning or keeps leading this person to you, but it's deeper than that. It's like you keep coming to them no matter the circumstances. So this could be a connection where you are in physical union, or you have physical access to this person in the 3D. But when they are away from you, when they're not in your presence, they still feel connected to you. They still have very, very uncanny encounters in their day-to-day that just make them question a lot of things about you, Divine Feminine. If you are in separation from this person at this time, or if you have been at a distance from this person, I'm getting that the signs are even more intense for them. And this is like a daily thing that's happening. It's almost like this bright red sign, flashing sign with your name on it every single where that this masculine turns. And this is not normal for them, okay? Something about this feels very, very weird. It just feels really, really strange to them how the universe keeps leading them back to you. I'm even getting that this is so intense that for some of you who may be dealing with like third party connections, or maybe your person is in a karmic connection, you know, these types of connections can manifest in many, many different ways. There is still evidence of your energy, or traces of your energy around this person. So this is why there's like this underlying impulsivity that's kind of driving them to figure out what's happening. And also the ego as well. The fact that they feel like they've been outsmarted, or that they didn't get full access to who you are, or your personality, or your heart space, it really, really has them feeling as if they have to find something out about you. And on top of that, it's like every single path is drawing them closer to you, to your energy, to information about you. So if you're wondering why this is coming from like a deep soul level place, it's really because the way that the universe is aligning your energy with this person is really raising some flags for them. And this could be tied to where you are on your personal journey, or where this masculine is on their personal journey. It's almost as if it doesn't make sense, and they're trying to make it make sense. Okay? I hope that's coming through clearly. But yeah, there's something really, really powerful going on in the 3D. Because anytime the masculine is going through these types of shifts, and you know, these types of changes, and they're having all of these soul-led experiences in the 3D, it's because something is about to shift in a major way. And maybe this is what your person can feel, but they can't really put words to that right now. Okay, it's almost like their soul is trying to make it make sense for them, but it may be way out of their realm of consciousness at this time. Let's get the next message here. Wow. So the next message that we have is you are an earth angel. So for some of you, that is major confirmation. But if you're resonating with this message so far, Divine Feminine, you have a very triggering presence. And your person is doing all of this soul searching, all of this looking into you, because they don't feel like you are human. And I know that sounds very crazy, okay? But for them, all the evidence is there. So this feminine that I'm picking up on in this reading, you are rare, okay? In every sense of the word, everything about you, everything about your aura, everything about the way that you carry yourself. I'm even getting for some of you, you have a very ethereal kind of look to you, okay? There's something really, really supernatural or just otherworldly about your appearance. And this could have been really, really striking for this person from the very, very beginning. This could be tied to your features. I'm getting something about your features, something about your facial features that may be really, really soft and kind of angelic. But for you, this energy coming through, this earth angel energy, it really speaks to your soul. And it also speaks to your mission here. And particularly in this reading here, how your energy affects this masculine. This is someone that is beginning to understand that you are completely of another time, another place, another dimension. And it's like they're trying to figure out the physical evidence. There's like this battle between, you know, their logical mind and their soul. And I feel like their soul is trying to provide evidence for this. But this could be completely uncharted territory for this person. Maybe this person is not as spiritually inclined. Maybe this person has never encountered anything like this before, okay? For some of you, I'm even getting for some of you, you are their first one. So this is their first experience with someone of your caliber, with someone that has, you know, this really ethereal, otherworldly type of energy attached to them. So this is why your presence is very, very triggering to them. For some of you, I keep being brought back to the physicality of your being. So for some of you, the way that you look is triggering to this person. This person may have a really, really hard time looking into your eyes. You know, they may look away from you. You may find them staring at you and then they look away from you. It's almost like they get lost in you in a sense. And this does not make sense to them. And I feel like your person is really unpacking a lot of things about you that were not made evident in the first beginning. This is why they feel like you had them completely fooled. Because the way that you showed up in their 3D is completely different than what their soul is telling them about you, what their higher self is telling them about you. It's almost like they're being given access to different levels of information about you that was not available to them in the beginning. This is why they feel impulsive, because there was something extremely striking about your energy from the very, very beginning, something that they couldn't really put their finger on. And there's so much ego coming through with this masculine's energy, because you would think that them finding this out about you, that there's something otherworldly about you, would make them have all positive, happy, good feelings. But honestly, they don't. There's this really heavy energy of apprehension around this whole dynamic with you. And it's because you are a unique experience for them. This is the first time that they have experienced this, and it's happening in real time. So this could be why all of these emotions are coming through. This is a really, really heavy type of emotional energy where your person may be feeling things that they can't even put a name to. So not only are they confused by what this means, but they also are confused about how to be in connection with you. And it's because your energy is so triggering. When you have this earth angel energy, you are a mirror. And not just a mirror to your person or in your love connections, but I'm getting that you're a universal mirror. So you have this way of reflecting back things to people just by existing. You have this way of landing in places at the perfect time. It's almost like you're here on behalf of the divine. Yeah, this message is very, very specific, okay? This will not resonate with everyone because the feminine energy that I'm tapping into, your aura, is very, very powerful. And I'm getting that you know that about yourself. So you may be in this place where you're wondering how your person is reacting to you. For some of you, you don't even identify in this way. So this is a confirmation from your spiritual team that you are an earth angel. that you are here to trigger people in the best way and sometimes in not the best way. And it's something that you do without trying, just by walking into the room, just by existing. You know, for some of you, just by looking or making eye contact with the person. Wow. Let's get the next message here. So the next message that we have here is, I want your attention. Yeah. This masculine, no matter where they are on their journey, because there was so much energy that came through here. For some of you, you are in connection with this person. There could be a lag in the communication. You could see this person at really, really auspicious times. For others of you, you could be in no contact right now. You could be in separation. But your person is at this place wherever they are on their journey, wherever their energy is right now. They know that the chances of this is rare. They also know that your attention, Divine Feminine, is expensive. Because what's coming through clearly here is that you have a very, very powerful purpose, and it's closely tied to your relationships. So this is where you're going to experience the most change internally, and you're going to affect the most change externally. So the people in your lives, including this masculine here, will either respond to you in two different ways. They'll either be drawn to you like a magnet, or you will heavily repel these people. There is no in between. And clearly, this masculine is drawn to you. This is someone that may have entered into this connection with you wanting to control it. Like I said, understanding and reading your energy and really trying to put you in a box or label you in some kind of way. Really reading your aura, reading your energy, reading the way that you carry yourself, and deciding very early on how they were going to treat you, how they were going to love you, how they were going to experience you, or even show up in this connection. And they're realizing that you had them fooled. What's also interesting about this connection is that because you are an earth angel, because you have this ability to just show up in places and just exist, and people have a very, very intense reaction to you, you actually merit back to your person that they were doing this. That's why they feel fooled. That's why their ego is kind of driving them. There's like this battle between their ego and their soul. It's like on one hand, your person wants to prove that they were justified in showing up the way that they showed up. And this can manifest in many, many different ways. For some of you, it was in their verbal expression. For some of you, it was in their emotional expression. For others of you, this could be the way that they showed up physically for you. A part of them wants to justify that, but their soul is leading them to this information, letting them know who you really are. So with this card here, I want your attention. It's almost like their ego is a little bruised now. Now that they've stepped into this territory, into your territory, Divine Feminine, where you have this power, where you have this ability to get this type of reaction from them in the first place, it's almost like they want to be on your radar, no matter where they are in this connection, no matter where they are in the world. It's almost like you have moved up in rank for them. So even though you may have a very high spiritual rank, this masculine is moving you up in rank in the physical. Like I said, this is a person that is very, very 3D, very, very third dimensional. And this could be the area where you differ. But it almost feels like their soul is trying to level the playing field by revealing these truths about you. And also the timing about this could be significant as well. Because when you have this type of energy, when you're here on the behalf of the divine, things happen when they're supposed to happen. And that's something that you should never question. So if you went into this connection acting as a mirror and having this masculine not really understand certain things about you, understand that that happened for a reason too. But there's clearly been a vast difference in how your person was showing up in this connection in the beginning versus where they are now. And they may even be projecting this onto you, saying you fooled them or you had them fooled. because it wasn't time for them to understand the severity of who you are on a soul level. It wasn't time yet, but now they know. And this is really driving them to want to be on your radar, to want to be in your presence. This is why a lot of you may feel them in your auric field. A lot of you can't sleep, or you're having, trouble sleeping, or you keep waking up. It's because you can feel this person close to you. And it's almost as if your soul is trying to alert you to let you know, yeah, there's someone that's really, really close to your energetic field. It is this masculine, okay? Wow. Let's get the last message here. Yeah. So the last message that we have is, what happened to you? Yeah, this masculine is really it's like they cannot help it. Anytime this card comes out, it points to a masculine that is beginning to get lost in you. Okay, they are beginning to allow their curiosity to really drive them. And when we think about the energy of curiosity, that opens up new worlds. When you begin to ask questions, when you begin to get curious about a person, a place, or a thing, the universe responds to that and begins to send you information. And it's like their curiosity goes deep for you, Divine Feminine. So now they want to ask you questions. They want to pick your brain. They want to know about your personal journey. But all of this is at the soul level, okay? This person really wants to know, who are you? And what happened to you? What have you been through? What have you experienced? All of these things are really opening your person's mind to really look at you differently. It really feels like there's been an energetic rise in this connection. So when it comes to the energy or the spirit of your connection, the energy really feels like it's rising to a higher level. And it's by way of your person's curiosity. So where you stood in their lives, how they viewed you at a certain point, is changing drastically. And it really, really feels like the universe had a hand in this, especially with this card, all roads lead back to you. The fact that your energy continued to show up in places, in some places where your energy shouldn't even have been. I just got that so clearly. This is what had your person completely shocked. This is what awakened their soul to really seeking you out and looking into you on a deeper level. But a lot of this information was spiritual. A lot of this information could have came to them by way of the dream state, by way of spiritual downloads that did not make sense to them as well. And that's why it may have been a little scary for them. They could have been a little apprehensive, like, okay, I'm going too far. I'm going into this territory where I don't really know what's happening. I don't know what any of this stuff means. But it's almost like they couldn't help themselves because they wanted to know who you were. And now they know. And now that they know, they want your attention. So don't be surprised if you begin to feel this person's energy a lot. Or if this person decides to randomly reach out to you. Or if you're in their presence and you notice them just pulling closer to you. There's like this need for a deep intimacy because now they know the truth about you. For some of them, they may not even know how to put this into words, but this is just tapping into the energy of the connection. For some of you Divine Feminines, you may have never verbalized this about yourself, but this is clearly coming from your higher self, letting you know exactly who you are and why this person is responding to you the way that they respond to you. But on a deeper level, why the world responds to you this way. It's because you're here on behalf of the divine. So every place that you go, and every person that you meet, in every relationship that you enter, there's always a higher purpose for it. So definitely allow things to unfold the way that they're supposed to unfold. You're the type of soul that knows when it's time for you to be in a place and when it's time for you to leave a place. Because in some way, this is definitely tied to your purpose, which is deeply connected with your relationships. So right now, there is a focus on this relationship with you and this masculine. And things are about to begin to get more intense because the energy levels are rising. So when the energy levels rise, it's almost like you enter a totally new timeline with this person. And based upon their energy, this is something that they're ready for, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on the way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you are a member over on Patreon, I will be heading there to pull 3 more cards just to see what to expect from this person, or how the energy is really shifting and what you could look forward to in the 3D from that shift. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.